Today's the day. Well, there it is again, halfway there. Looks mostly successful, but you could see we got some plants that are still popping up through here. Not too bad, I don't think, but enough that gives me some concern about the efficacy, but we'll see. Happy? Just this part left. Okay, it's all done now. Things generally look pretty good. I haven't seen as many pop-ups in this size as I have over there, but yeah, I wanted to get this done before the rains came on account of I want things to get moistened up before I plant my native plants in here. And even though part of me thinks there would have been benefits to leaving it covered up longer, you know, and knocking back some of these little pop-up guys like this. You know, I think if I had left it longer, I could have gotten more of those killed. But I also think my native plants will do better if they get in the ground sooner, so it's kind of a trade-off. But in any case, what's done is done. Here's the pre-state of the side yard. Hopefully get that laid out soon. Today is Monday, October 11th, and today I'm going to do some chores. I'm wanting to move some of these rocks here and here, and the stump in that back corner into the side yard. I'm wanting to think about ways of redesigning this space for planting stuff later on this winter, and I'm thinking I'm going to prep this little stretch here for these pavers and get a pathway going back that way. But today I think my goals are move the rocks, move the stump, unhook the drip system from the native plants, and one thing I'm wanting to do is use these little landscape staples and string and start marking out where I'm wanting to plant stuff. Other things I want to do today is edge the front yard, and I think that's it. So let's go. Change of plans. I'm going to use my wheelbarrow with the rock sling. Whew, these are some really heavy rocks. Gotta use leverage to get them up in there. Looks like this last stone has been here a long time. All sorts of creepy crawlies down underneath it. Little millipedes, pill bugs, lots of spiders, of course. That too will go over to the other place. Ooh, okay, well, I think I'm done. I ended up bringing over a lot of rocks, but one of them I think I'm just gonna leave here. A lot of them were flat and were awkward to stack, and they were also like heavy, so yeah, they were difficult to move and navigate. But I have roughly a triangular thing that's somewhat pleasing from all angles. So I think I'm gonna be satisfied with this. It's not exactly what I had envisioned, but I think there's a little planting space around and behind, not much, but I want to keep like the first foot or so in front of the foundation clear. So really, even though this planting space looks like about 4 feet, it's gonna be, you know, kind of this front edge that gets a little bit of water. I'll plant some of the taller and drier stuff in the back and some other stuff in the front. We'll see. I think I'm gonna plant camas here, checker mallow there, milkweed back behind here. I think I'm gonna have a little drift in front of Oregon Sunshine, and in and around the features I'll probably be tucking some fescue. So we'll see. That's I think all I'm gonna do for now with this stuff. But yeah, one thing off the list. It occurred to me I forgot to highlight some new plants that I got. I got a strawberry, I got some goldenrod, And my other new plants are wintering over here for the time being. Let's see what I got. I got these from a local native plant nursery. But over here, did I already do this actually? There's my dog, bunchberry dogwoods. And I also got this serviceberry right here. That's not where it's gonna live forever. I'm hoping that, like I've talked about this already, but moving this bed out, reconfiguring the lawn space so I have more planting. I'm thinking evergreen huckleberry will go somewhere in this zone. I'd eventually like to remove this curly willow, I'm thinking, and plant the serviceberry somewhere in this space. So we'll see. That's the new additions. Alright, I am now unhooking the plants from the drip system, and as I get them unhooked out of here, I'm just moving them over here where they're getting some sunlight. That's all. Okay, got everything, at least all the drip system pulled up. Got my plants laid out and organized. Got my camas pots, milkweed pots, fescue, aster and goldenrod, tons of checker mallow, geranium right there, Oregon sunshine, lupin, iris pots. This is the one I seeded that nothing came up in. Online said give it 2 years, see what happens. So I'm gonna get the stuff in the ground and leave this coming up, see if anything comes up in the springtime. These pots are ones that I had seeded that the squirrels have been digging in. Here's my little, pretty worse for wear looking little spirea, and then the columbine back there. Okay, I'm back out on the side yard, and what I do have here is my plan. Got some staples and some string, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use the string, wrap it around the staples, stick the staples into the ground to kind of map out these different planting areas. And here, this is roughly to scale. I have kind of mapped out about how much space each individual plant takes and where I want them. Here are my planting areas, and here's the side profile. So here I go. Okay, so it's not the prettiest, but right there I've marked out my iris planting area, and that will help me evenly place plants within it, and it will also help me know that anything that's growing in there that's not an iris I should pull. So I'm gonna keep making my way down, marking out roughly where I'm wanting to plant other things into my little zones. Okay, so I marked out the area. I've done things a little differently than in my drawings, but I think it'll be alright because these little polygons are not going to be 100% accurate to the way I'm going to plant anyway, but they'll be there for guidance. But another reason why I wanted to put them there is because some of the seeds I bought last year and started in pots, I've reserved some for direct seeding. And this way I will know what to direct seed where. So probably when I plant these areas is probably also when I will seed them. And I'm hoping maybe to do that next weekend. But yeah, some of these areas are unmarked, but I still will be putting plants in there. Like I'm planning on putting my meadow checker mallow there. This will be camas. This will be my rosy checker mallow here. Milkweed here. And then in this little unmarked zone, doing Oregon sunshine, a little drift. And then I think in this corner putting some fescue there, and then also a little trio of fescue right here in the front border. Here I'm going to have my lupin. I think I'm going to do my sickle-keeled lupin and my Kincaid's lupin. In roughly this vicinity I'll put another patch of camas. Another drift of Oregon sunshine. Back here I'm going to stick a fescue by the rock and my geranium next to it. And then my iris. So that's the plan. There it is all laid out. I haven't laid out or planted what I'm going to do in that front corner yet, but we'll figure that out later. But they're all done.